So guys, I'd like to show you guys, this kid has autism. I don't know what level he is or what severity. However, he's very similar to me and some of my meltdowns. His name is Ian. He's on Autism Family.
Do you remember what happened in the first chapter?
I was trying to read!
You're trying to read Harry Potter?
I was trying!
So what happened here is we're having
See, he's aware of what's being said and what's happening around him. Similar to me, but he's having a meltdown.
and read Harry Potter, and it took him an hour to read the first chapter. And
How's it gonna be an hour? It's a big book!
it is a big book.
Okay, Ian.
But the problem is, before we give him his treat, which is sushi, we've got to quiz him on
I can't live with this!
And he can't
I tried to read! I
And
tried
he's
to not whine!
He doesn't
But I
have
failed!
Hey, easy, buddy, easy. Do you need your weighted blanket? You want to go upstairs? You didn't fail. We can try again, okay?
Try again.
I can't try again!
Ian, we'll try again.
I'm not allowed to try again.
Yeah, he's on his medication right now.
Yeah, it's with his medicine.
But
It's
he's been
reading-
regressing heavily.
His reading comprehension is really bad, and so is the time it takes him to just even read. Like a simple 16-page chapter of Harry Potter takes him a good hour. And
He got that weighted blanket because he doesn't like feeling this way, just to let you know. He likes being relaxed. He doesn't like struggling. That's why he complied with his dad.
I'd say reading is his biggest struggle. But yeah, he's been talking to himself for hours at a time, just stimming, and he's been really struggling this summer.
Yeah, regressing heavily. You got your blanket, dude? That'll take you. Why don't you put your blanket on all the way? So good. You might want to tell people what's
See how he's much more relaxed there?
going on with your nose.
Oh, I went to.
So here's a example of another video of how changes causes struggles with behaviors.
We're going to go ahead and get right into the video. We're going to show some clips of the kids first and how they've been dealing with the whole quarantine stay-at-home thing, and then we'll have a discussion shortly after. Thanks.
Of course, I was trying to work on my essay!
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Set your old homework down to the side of the table. Lay it out so you can see it. There you go. And the only problem that your teacher had was the text was too big. So you can copy it here with a smaller pencil because the marker was too big. Hey. It's just the marker. It's okay. Try right here.
It's the maker's fault who made a marker.
No, it's just there's a right tool for a job. And the right tool for the job in this case is the pencil. You're doing fine.
You should be careful what you buy, Always be careful what you even buy.
Ian,
It's okay, Ian. It struggles for me too, buddy. And I hope your reading gets better with the trick I had email your mom and dad to help me in school. And you're right, it is the right tool for the right task. He just didn't understand. Like Andy's not understanding things too, buddy. You get it like I will. I had to pause that video and go to the next because I struggle watching kids struggle like I do.
Hello everyone, this is Ian's father, Robert. As you can see in the video, my son is having a very difficult time, and I will explain. If you're having feelings of deja vu, you aren't crazy. This is the updated version of a video my wife and I uploaded back in 2015, which received more than 3 million views. Now hindsight is 20/20, and at the time we simply wanted to show others what we deal with when we go out in public and how hard things can be for those who have autism. And while around 2/3 of the people watching the video understood why we uploaded it, around 1/3 of the viewers had legitimate questions and concerns. And while you can't please everyone, especially on the internet, this troubled me and my wife as people who aim to educate about autism, not confuse. So yeah, I'm pulling a George Lucas and going back to fix an older video. And yes, we will lose view counts, some ad revenue, and upset some people over broken video links, but sometimes doing the right thing means taking a hit. Now, some might ask, why do a video at all? Why not write about it instead of exposing your child? Well, in my opinion, writing about it or even showing pictures does not adequately convey the gravity of the situation. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a video is worth 1,000,000 more. When it comes to autism, we want to show the good, the bad, and everything in between, staying mainly positive. However, sharing only positive and upbeat videos about autism undermines the struggle many families go through on a regular basis. Of course, showing only negative videos paints a bad picture about autism. With that out of the way, why this video? Why show a meltdown? Is this even a sensory meltdown, or is it a bratty temper tantrum? Doesn't this kid just need a good old-fashioned spanking? In short, we want to show others what a sensory meltdown looks like versus a common temper tantrum. So next time they see someone like this acting in public, they will slow down, not make a snap judgment, and maybe even ask to help out. Now, to be fair, when we uploaded the original video, we didn't properly explain the difference between sensory meltdowns and tantrums. We get it. Sensory meltdowns and common temper tantrums are different. Even though, as we have pointed out in other videos, these terms were not used exclusively in the past. Doctors, psychologists, neurologists, and even Temple Grandin use the term synonymously because by definition, meltdown, fit, tantrum, episode, and so on are all very closely related and are treated as synonyms. However, the current understanding is that sensory meltdowns are based on high sensory input, like bright lights, loud noises, crowded spaces, or strong smells. Whereas a common tantrum is based on not getting what someone wants and throwing a fit in order to get a response. As one person with autism told me, it's the difference between cannot and will not. When someone has a sensory meltdown, they cannot control their emotions and enter a fight, flight, or freeze response. When someone throws a tantrum, they will not control their emotions and are trying to manipulate others' responses. So if a parent were to give a child a treat they wanted and the bad behavior quickly ended, that's a tantrum. Now, I'm not recommending that, I'm just saying that's what a tantrum is. Now, here's where things get tricky. Sometimes, although they are different, tantrums and meltdowns can collide, much like getting hungry and angry at the same time, or hangry, or tired and frustrated simultaneously. These are different things, but they can blend, make no mistake. And it makes things much worse. As we showed in the original video, earlier in the day my son was having a sensory meltdown in the car. He calmed back down to an acceptable level and we decided to treat the boys to a nice day at the mall. We thought we were in the clear and things were fine until we arrived at the quarter machine cars. That's when I noticed Ian getting unsettled and told my wife about it. Ian wanted to stay and we thought we were being nice by letting him stay a little longer. This was a mistake as he quickly became upset, stimming heavily or self-stimulating, growling and clicking, getting pushy with other kids. There was a lot of sensory input on those car rides with lights and sounds in addition to the noisy mall, so this made sense. Ian was in the early stage of an autism meltdown. Of course, we understand these signs better now, but we were still pretty new to autism at the time. As we took Ian away from the cars, he started to tantrum, acting up because he wanted to stay, even though staying meant getting more overstimulated. Because of this, things escalated very quickly. This is also why in the original video we used both terms tantrum and meltdown. My apologies for any confusion this may have caused. We decided that we should get out as we started to anticipate a massive meltdown. While we were new to autism, we at least recognized some of the signs. On our way out of the mall, you can barely hear my wife say, "You called it." Meaning she acknowledged what I said earlier, thinking Ian might have a meltdown. This is also why I said it usually takes about half an hour before he gets overstimulated to the point of meltdown, because that was our experience at the time. This threshold is probably like half an hour, would you say? Public places, then he gets overstimulated. Ian now does a much better job in public places thanks to the conditioning, therapies, medication, and at times, headphones to block out the noise. As you can clearly see, we didn't make it out of the mall in time, and we do try to be sensitive to other people's experiences in public places, but we don't always catch things in time. Another thing people noticed in the video was Ian's red harness, which he doesn't use anymore. We used to have him wear it because he would run away so much and endanger his life. The harness actually saved his life at one point as he ran into oncoming traffic, and we pulled back on his harness just in time. So before you say things like we treat our son like a dog on a leash, please try and give the benefit of the doubt. We have a video about it, so please watch if you have more questions. Lastly, we hope you can look past what many have called exploiting our child and see the video in the context of educating and helping others. Our son has seen the first video we published and read some of the comments. He surprised me by telling me he's happy to have the video online as it helps others.
I'm sorry. It's not fair what these people go through or me. I got Coca, sir. Let me relax. And he's just trying to show people what to do, not to do.